Welcome to Silent Secrets. In today's video, I'm going to open a door that very few men ever even realize exists. A door into the psychology of attraction. Most men think attraction is about money, looks, or physical touch. But here's the truth. Women rarely, if ever, say out loud. Attraction is primarily built in the mind. It's not about what you do with your hands. It's not about buying flowers, flexing your wallet, or even rehearsing pickup lines. The real art of attraction lies in the moments between words. It's about the suggestion you plant in her thoughts when she least expects it. One sentence, spoken in the right tone and at the right moment, can make her heart race, her cheeks flush, and her mind spiral into an obsession she can't shake off. And the beauty of it is, she won't even know why. Today, I'm going to reveal exactly what you can say in the middle of a conversation that flips a switch in her mind. Once you master these lines, you'll never be just another guy again. You'll be the man who lingers in her imagination long after you leave. You'll be the man she can't stop thinking about. So sit tight, because what you're about to learn will transform the way you communicate with women forever. Section 1. You're making it very hard for me to behave right now. Let's start with one of the most powerful psychological triggers you can use. You're making it very hard for me to behave right now. Now, why does this line work so well? Most men assume attraction happens in the bedroom, during physical intimacy. But in reality, it's built before that. In the pauses between laughter, in the subtle tension when eye contact lingers a second too long, in the playful back and forth that creates sparks without saying anything directly. This single phrase works because it does three things at once. It's unexpected. She's not prepared for it in casual conversation. It's suggestive, but not explicit. It places you in control while planting an image in her imagination that she can't help but explore. Picture the scene. She's telling you about her day, maybe something ordinary like a conversation with her coworker, or a funny thing that happened on the way to work. You're listening, smiling, keeping steady eye contact. Then, instead of making a joke or trying to impress her, you slightly lower your tone, smirk, and drop it. You're making it very hard for me to behave right now. The ordinary rhythm of the conversation shatters. Suddenly, she's not just telling a story, she is the story. And instantly, questions flood her mind. What does he mean by that? What's he thinking about me? What would happen if he stopped behaving? And here's the beauty. You never once touched her, nor did you describe anything explicit. You simply created space for her imagination to take over, and her imagination will always paint a picture far stronger than anything you could say directly. The psychology behind it: women are far more responsive to suggestion than bluntness. A flat statement like, "You're sexy," often lands weakly. She's heard it 1,000 times. It sounds generic, and it doesn't stick. But this line is different. It's not about flattery. It's about showing restraint. You're subtly telling her, "You affect me in a way few people do, and I'm trying to stay in control." That small detail makes her feel uniquely powerful. She realizes she's having an effect on a man who seems composed, confident, and in control of himself. And that realization is addictive. Delivery is everything. The line itself is powerful, but only if you deliver it correctly. Voice: calm, steady, slightly lower than your normal tone. Body language: relaxed posture, slow movements. Eyes: hold her gaze for a beat longer than usual. Timing: wait until she's mid-story. Drop the line gently, not as a punchline, but as if it slipped out naturally, and most importantly, pause afterward. Don't rush to explain. Don't laugh nervously. Let the silence hang. That pause creates tension. That tension fuels her imagination. Why it sets you apart. Most men put themselves below women in conversations. They chase, they overcompliment, they try to impress. But this phrase doesn't beg for approval. It doesn't seek validation. Instead, it calmly reveals the impact she's having on you, on your terms. That's why it feels powerful. That's why it lingers in her memory, because it flips the script. Instead of you pursuing her approval, she's now wondering what she's done to affect you so deeply. Storytelling. Example: imagine this. You're sitting across from her at dinner. She's telling a funny story about her best friend's clumsy mistake. She's laughing, enjoying herself, completely at ease. You lean in slightly, eyes steady, lips curving into a small smirk, and you murmur, "You're making it very hard for me to behave right now." She pauses mid-laugh. Her smile shifts, her cheeks flush, and suddenly she's aware of the tension in the room. That ordinary dinner just turned into something unforgettable. Section 2. I probably shouldn't say what I'm thinking right now. Now, let's move to the second phrase, one that adds an entirely different layer of intrigue. I probably shouldn't say what I'm thinking right now. This line is pure psychological gold. Why? Because it blends two irresistible elements, mystery and restraint. Why it works. Women are not wired to respond to bluntness the way men are. Men are visual. They see and want. Women are imaginative. They feel and wonder. So when you say, "I probably shouldn't say what I'm thinking right now," you're not giving her an answer. You're opening a loop in her mind, a loop her imagination will race to fill. Immediately, her curiosity takes over. She knows you're holding something back. She knows it's something charged, and the fact that you're restraining yourself only amplifies the attraction. The psychological principle. The Stoics taught that true mastery isn't about indulgence, but restraint. A man who can control his impulses, who doesn't give everything away, commands respect. In attraction, that same principle creates desire. This phrase shows her you're having thoughts, likely about her, but you're composed enough to keep them to yourself. That balance of intensity and control is rare, and it makes her crave the moment you might slip. Delivery and timing. The key is subtlety. Use it in a light, playful moment, maybe when she's teasing you or laughing. Let a small, knowing smirk spread across your face. Hold her eyes for a second longer than usual. Lower your voice slightly, and let the words fall out like a thought you didn't mean to share. Then stop. Don't explain. Don't rush. Let her imagination chase you, the hook of mystery. If she asks, "What are you thinking?" you don't give her the satisfaction. Smile and say, "Exactly what I shouldn't be." Now, instead of being predictable like every man who calls her hot, you've made yourself a puzzle. And women become addicted to puzzles they can't solve. Storytelling. Example, picture this. She's leaning in, telling you a story, maybe laughing, maybe teasing you. You hold her eyes, smirk just slightly, and almost whisper, "I probably shouldn't say what I'm thinking right now." Her words stumble. She laughs nervously. She tilts her head, curiosity blazing in her eyes. And in that moment, you've shifted the energy completely. Now she's chasing you. Section 3. You have no idea what you do to me. Finally, let's talk about one of the most emotionally charged phrases you can ever drop. You have no idea what you do to me. Why it's powerful. Unlike the first two, this isn't just suggestion or mystery. This is confession. But it's not desperate or needy. It's raw, vulnerable, yet still controlled. This phrase hits because it tells her something most men are too afraid to admit, that her presence alone has an impact. That she has power over you she doesn't even realize. The balance of vulnerability and strength. Most men either go too far in one direction or the other. They either smother women with blunt compliments, "You're so hot," "You're so beautiful," or they hide every ounce of attraction, pretending they don't feel anything at all. But this phrase sits perfectly in the middle. It acknowledges her effect on you without begging for approval. It reveals vulnerability without losing composure. The effect on her mind. When she hears this, her brain does two things at once. It feels the power of being desired in a way she didn't realize. It starts obsessing over the details. What exactly do I do to him? How deeply does he feel this? That curiosity sticks with her long after the conversation ends. Delivery again. Delivery is everything, lower, slower tone. A pause before, as if you weren't sure you should say it. A soft smirk after, like it slipped out by accident. That makes it feel authentic. Not rehearsed, not calculated, just raw truth escaping in the moment. Storytelling example. Imagine she's laughing at something silly. The moment feels light, fun, casual. You let her finish her story, then tilt your head slightly, hold her gaze, and in a softer voice you murmur, "You have no idea what you do to me." Instantly the air shifts. Her laughter slows. She tilts closer. The smile lingers, but with a spark of curiosity. You've just turned casual conversation into something electric, wrapping it all together. These 3 phrases are not pickup lines. They are psychological triggers. They work because they don't try too hard. They don't shower her with obvious compliments or over-the-top declarations. Instead, they interrupt the ordinary flow of conversation, suggest desire without spelling it out, force her imagination to do the heavy lifting, create tension through restraint. And that's the secret. Attraction isn't built in what you reveal. It's built in what you withhold. It's in the pauses, the smirks, the silences, the unspoken weight behind your words. Final note to viewers. If you've ever seen a woman blush, stumble, or lose her words because of something subtle you said, then you already know the power of suggestion. But after today, you'll be able to harness it consciously, intentionally, and confidently. From now on, you won't just have conversations with women. You'll turn every interaction into an unforgettable experience that lingers in her mind long after you've walked away. So if you found value in this, hit that subscribe button right now. And in the comments, drop the word heat if you've ever witnessed firsthand how powerful the right words can be. Because after today, you're not just going to talk to women. You're going to speak directly to their imagination. And that, my friends, is the most irresistible language of all.